What thing? You said we did the thing again.
Oh, the thing we always do, where we talk for like way too long before we actually start recording.
Yeah, but we're just catching up. I haven't seen you in a week.
I haven't seen you in a week.
You got a
don't
stomach
remember
bug?
what. Yeah, no, I was.
And then a surprise visit from Aunt Flo.
I hate
Just
her.
a big 1-2 punch.
I really. It was party. My
It was
whole
Party
body.
City?
No. My whole body evicted. Just like it was like.
I would like to purge.
Yeah. My whole body was like, oh, it's time for the purge, and then did. And nobody You know how in the movie there's like a full.
Of course not. You know I don't want to.
I know. That's why I'm going to tell you anyway. You know how in the movie there's a full announcement reminder. This week is the purge. Then as the days go on, they're like, "Yo, purge." Today, don't forget, starting at this time, the purge happens. If you don't want to be a part of this shit, you better lock yourself in the house. My body didn't send out a news bulletin. My body did not send out a news bulletin. It just fully went, all right, time for the purge. Red button.
Is that a thing? They should do that in the movies. Like, one of the movies should be like, oh, this time we're doing surprise purge.
We changed the day. Nobody knows what it is.
Oh, it's a set day every year?
It's a set day every year. But, okay, so they're apparently in one of the later ones, which I haven't seen, but I absolutely have to. It's First Purge, which literally is like the very first year they decided to implement it.
Right.
Because the movie's premise is wild by itself. Just like, oh, yeah. I mean, not wild in the sense of I'm like, I couldn't see America doing that one day. But in the sense of like, we made every single crime legal for like 12 full hours. 12 or 24. I don't care. It's not that important. Every single crime is legal. You can get away with literally anything, which is the worst idea in the world. The premise is supposed to be if you get it out of your system in that one night, then you don't need to do it again until next year. And it's like, I don't believe that. I think serial killers are a prime example of once a year not being enough. So, but sure, I guess maybe the general public being like, I would love to figure out what it's like to rob a bank once.
Just the idea of like a healthy serial killer of like, all right, I planned my year around this, you know?
I have stalked my victim. I planned my year around this. I'm so excited for this. Yeah, it's going to be a good night. And then like regular life the entire rest of the year, except for like an hour a day every night for 364 days after that. They're just like, all right, so like now I figured out.
They got that calendar.
Yeah, like
the big red circle.
Yep, I figured out where they go every single day. I'm so excited. Today was a new day, so we found out Tuesday's yoga. And then it's just a normal day. Like every other day, it's like, all right, 23 of my hours are just normal people hours. I'm picturing the
excitement of like just people that go to Coachella just so
building up, building up, stacking up on supplies, saving up your money for all the like cleaning products and stuff like that, and then you go out and you do your murder, and then you're good.
This is why my movie idea would be good, because that serial killer, like monkey wrench thrown in your plans, surprise purge. It's a week early.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for this purge. And now they're mad at the government. And now they're like, well, now I got to kill somebody in the government.
My scalpels haven't come in yet. Like, come on.
I have a system. But no. So the first purge is basically like, hey, we're doing this once. And we're going to try it. But it also, the rest of the world started calling it Black Purge. Because apparently. Yep, that, exactly. Because apparently, the first purge, because of course America, full racist premise, the entire reason the purge started was just like, get rid of the pores. So Black Purge.
Okay.
But I'm also like, the problem with the purge is a normal person would absolutely get it out of their system in one night. There would either be that one person who pushed them over the edge and they're like, now that I've murdered this one person, I never feel the need to murder again.
Yeah.
Or like revenge if something horrible happened.
Full Robin Hood.
Or like if you're like, I've always wanted to rob a bank. I'm going to go rob a bank today because nobody's going to do anything to me after I have all of that money. I can give it to my friends and family. But the problem is, the rapists and the murderers are also out tonight. I'm not going out. Like, I want to rob the bank because
Yeah.
it would be kind of fun. But I don't want to go out and get murdered trying to do a smaller crime.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it at that point.
Agreed.
So the premise of the purge is fundamentally flawed.
Yeah.
Because the people who need just the one night to get it out of their system are probably not going out that night because they're smart enough to be like, rob the bank to feel good for one night and possibly get full murdered.
Yeah.
Or
it's
just stay home.
It's the opposite, because now all the poors and people of color are like, no, we're not going to fuck with that.
Yeah, no. Like, the purge is wild. Right? Every crime.
And there's like, how many movies now? We gotta stop doing
Yeah, no, we absolutely have to.
I didn't mean for that to run.
That was, no. That was my entire point, though. My body did not give out the news bulletin. So I died for like 4 days.
So all the high-level criminals.
Yeah, everybody was
running
just
amok in your cells at work body city.
My cells were in such a state. Like, all the white blood cells were just like...
Pulling
there's too many of them, man. I think we're gonna be overrun.
Some coffee on the floor.
I love that show, by the way.
It's great.
Anyway, I do too.
Oh, I don't think you were there the other day. Apparently, there's also a Cells at Work where it's set in a not healthy body and it's way darker.
I heard.
I gotta start watching that.
I haven't seen it. It's not on Netflix, which is where I watched the first Cells at Work. So if they have more seasons on like Crunchyroll or something like that, I gotta find it because I devoured that first season.
Anyway, we've done it again.
Anyway.
Hello. You go.
We're 7 minutes in. We haven't even said hello. Hi. I am your recovering rogue, Oreo.
Congrats. I am your distracted druid shadow. This is Rogue and Druid Reacts.
Welcome to the party.
We're here for Livar.
We are. No, not that one.
Nope, the other one. The one you made up.
Yes.
But whose name you stole.
The one I absolutely made up. Which is
just
the
very
first name.
Of you.
Just the first name.
If you guys have no idea who we're referring to, what are you doing?
We have a podcast. We've mentioned it several times.
Go back 2 days. Go listen to the podcast. Hear his whole backstory. We can get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this.
I was going to like Cliff's note it, but no. I'm going to hit play.
Okay.
I had an idea.
Okay, I was about to be like, I saw the four squares and then immediately you just said fuck it.
I can't escape a hand. I'm so mad because hands are so like, they tell such a story, but I hate them.
Yeah. I mean, this is less full hand than...
Yes, for sure.
Than the last time I gave you an awesome art.
What is up with angel people and hands?
They like to help people. That's their whole thing. Unless they're fallen.
But yeah, you gave me a very detailed, very in-depth backstory on this one. So I wanted to do that crucial moment of like him losing his sister.
That's so sad.
There were so many options. It could have been like him as an adult and
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But yeah, I don't want to spoil it yet because we're not there yet.
Okay.
But yeah, basically he's in the forest reaching out for her, and I really wanted like an anguished face. I really wanted the body language to be like really desperate to catch her.
Yeah.
And then I did a little toddler way over there. But yeah, my idea for this was you familiar with those like fairy tale books from childhood, etc.?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know why I asked. I was sure that you were familiar. That's kind of what I ended up going with this here. I told you at least a couple of times that I was apprehensive how you would take what I did here. Because you gave me a very detailed description and I was like, no, I'm going full not color here.
That's very exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing. Once again, peek behind the screen. I saw this after the close-up came out, and the second I saw the close-up, I was like, oh, I think she's going illustrative, like a storybook, and I immediately got excited. Because as you know,
well, thank you for picking that up.
They don't know. I am an avid reader. I devour books like their sustenance. So
did you also purge books last week?
No, they don't ever do me wrong.
It's like when there's like a world war and countries are like scrambling to like secure all their finest art and culture so it doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The one thing you retain.
I literally dove into the graphic novels that I have because I was like, I can't eat anything. I can't focus on anything. Life sucks.
But good thing books give me life.
I'm gonna read. And it gave me such like original print Winnie the Pooh, or like a little bit of it was a little Shel Silverstein, who you know is one of my all-time favorite. This is just the close-up poems. In the back? Yeah, I was, because it had that very like scratchy art style where it's like obviously done in like pen or something. This technically is not, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, they drew this in pen, and then did this, and I immediately got so excited.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I love the art style. I absolutely love it. It's
awesome,
nostalgic. And depending on the book, a little bit creepy, but also comforting, depending on where you are. It's versatile, and I love it.
I just had an idea that I should have done. Anyways. But yeah, the only thing I was apprehensive about was, like, you gave me all these beautiful colors and palettes for him and the sister.
And then it's going to be in black
I did
and white.
want that to come through, but, like, I was already set on the style while we were recording.
No, this makes perfect sense. The thing is, I mentioned several times that their story is very reminiscent of a fairy tale. So this makes perfect sense.
Yeah. The first thing
especially for that beginning part.
Was Alice in Wonderland illustrations.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I went for here, and then it ended up not super similar to it, but kind of just like my loose hatching-y doodle style. So there's a swirl.
Yeah.
I also wanted like the Feywildness of it all to still come through. So I wanted the proportions to be a little out of whack, and like the perspective to be like not that.
Yes.
So I'd like, you still feel a little uneasy, and goddamn, did this take so long? I did so much hatching, but like by the time I back there where I did like the first chunk of trees, I was like, okay, I got this. I remember how to draw a tree.
Yeah.
And then I had to draw like 100 more trees.
Because you have to make it look like the woods.
Yeah. That's why yesterday I was like, yeah, I'm going to try to knock this out, and then we can like record the react. No.
Yeah.
I'll be super, well, I didn't say I'll be super quick, but how much did I underestimate
But
these
then you
trees?
had to draw so many trees.
Yeah. I mean, I love how they came out. Like, it was so many
it's
trees.
Already so good.
Thank you. And like usually when I play back the speed draw, I do it like at half speed, so that like I still have time to talk about what I'm doing. But truly, we're playing at regular speed right now because it's just so much hatching. Like that's all it was.
I will also say I do love this sort of swirl. It's very down the rabbit hole, which is so perfect for the Feywild.
Yeah, I was working on this, and then you posted the aesthetic,
and it has the rabbit holes.
And I was like, oh, okay, I did good. She knows what's up. Perfect.
I think I literally also said, oh, that's a giant mushroom. That's very fun.
Thank you.
I think I literally also said, travel down the rabbit hole,
so
to speak, in that description, which just makes it so.
But yeah, I did at least start this before you posted that aesthetic. And also, one of the first ideas I had, I don't know if you caught it in the little thumbnail, but like while we were recording, when you gave me the big reveal that, like, he's an Asimar, but the sister's a tiefling, I really wanted to do, like, a yin-yang type thing, where, like, she's on one side of the screen and he's on the other and she's upside down. Like, he was always reaching out in my head. That's what was gonna happen. When I did the thumbnail, I was like, this isn't gonna fly. But I still wanted her upside down. So I think the swirl, like, made me fall into what I originally wanted, which was convenient. And then those little blobs right there. Since it's like all the ground, but also the sky, I tried to make it like, is this water? Is this just ground? Or is this clouds? So that's kind of the shapes I was going for there. It's ambiguous. And also, I just feel like mushrooms are so Feywild.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know where I got that from.
In my mind, yeah, it's like weird giant mushrooms.
Right?
And like, I think a little bit of that does kind of come from the Alice in Wonderland vibe of the Feywild, because they did have wild looking mushrooms in Alice in Wonderland.
And mushrooms just straight up do look wild.
The other thing about mushrooms is they do have such like a vague witchy aesthetic. Not vague, depending on where you are or what kind of mushrooms you're looking at. There is a little bit of like a cottagecore kind of nature witch aesthetic to a mushroom, which also feels very
for sure
Feywild as well. Oh,
so yeah, she's just running in there. My first go around, I drew her as a little girl, and I was like, "Oh fuck, she's a tiefling." So I had to add the tail and the itty bitty horns. I don't know if Barney just caught that, but apparently Sonny is yelling at our rabbit because I'm assuming he just peed somewhere he should not have. It sounded very strange. But like I said, you know, this next part. Gonna be a lot of hatching.
It's just a lot of trees, a lot of shading.
Yeah, and also in the little sketch over there, I had him over here to the right side. I could not get the pose down, so I procrastinated a little bit, but also I was like, Sonny, I need you to pose. I cannot do this. So finally we got that done, and then I tackled him, but it wasn't until after like dozens and dozens of trees.
Yeah, that's fair. I do have to say, you did such a good job, like, of showing off and pulling the vibe and the art style of these classic fairy tale children's books.
Yes.
It's so on point.
Yes. I didn't even think Shel Silverstein, but like now that you mention it, that's truly another one
like
of those.
A little bit less detail on this, and this would look like something you would find beside one of his poems.
Shout out to Shel Silverstein.
Oh, he's so great.
If you haven't read any of his poems, I mean,
I highly suggest
also, what are you doing? Finish this video and then go check it out.
Yeah,
but no, stay here.
Has done some wonderful children's books. Most people will definitely know The Giving Tree. Very, very famous one. If you've never read any of his poetry books, they're so good. They're so silly and a little nonsensical, but also very deep, and wonderful. One of my favorites is Masks, which is literally just about two people who walk around in masks to seem normal, and because they have been walking around in masks, they literally walk right by each other and don't realize that they just passed somebody just like them. So
it's a metaphor.
It is.
Yeah, I don't remember if I bought it, but I'm pretty sure the one I still have, my copy of Where the Sidewalk Ends, I'm pretty sure I just stole it from high school.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't remember where. I think I also stole from school or the library, maybe my first copy. But it was quite run down. So my second copy is actually clean, fancy, special. I think it was like a 20th or 50th anniversary one. Oh, yeah, I got from you for Christmas.
Yes, I remember that. You spent so many Christmases together.
Yep.
Good times. But yeah, I also still have books that I stole from like elementary school.
Yeah, same.
I don't feel guilty. I feel like my teachers would be happy I have books.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That's the mentality, right?
I mean, they're being loved, and that matters.
Oh, okay, we're finally tackling him.
Yeah, I noticed. was like, hey, we got there. And only a couple of trees left.
When I did the really wild sketch of just like squiggle, 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 this is where this is going to go, I was like, this is also sort of a vibe. And like, it would be nice if I kept this, but like, I'm going to do this other thing. But I do appreciate where we are right now of like, just that mess. But yeah. Thank goodness I had Sunny Pose, because then I didn't have to, like, figure out how clothing works. Because I did have a really hard time doing the clothing off the dome on Barry's drawing.
Yes.
Especially with that long coat. This is why I had, 2 weeks ago, in Barry's drawing, both of his kids were shirtless, because I did not want to fuck with more fabrics. When fabrics are drawn correctly, it looks so good.
It does.
It's just knowing how to do that.
Yes.
It's where we're at right easy. Now.
Yeah.
And I went back to my notes and I also re-listened to the podcast, but also I zoned out a little bit. So I didn't remember what kind of hair he had or like.
This is perfect because I made him dark. So dark but like reddish skin tone because, you know, the aesthetic. But I also realized, because I just said short, because in my mind, and I was like, I mean, he black. So like, obviously, that's what I mean. So I love that you were just like, I know what this hair is. I know what hair he has. Because yeah, I actually, fun fact, yesterday, I realized that I was like, oh snap, my Sim Sundays are getting very close to this to this
I
month.
have noticed that.
And I had not finished any of the guys. So I literally busted out Barry so quick.
You thought you had that cushioning.
I did, except I didn't keep going, and so I lost the cushioning is what happened.
I see.
And so then I literally was like trying to figure out, I was like, oh my god, this guy has like 4C hair. I gotta figure out how to give him an ombre. Sims don't do that.
No.
Bless up, there is a short dread hairstyle.
Okay.
Not base Sims, but like an update. The actual official Sims hair did this. And bless everything, it is literally ombre. So it's like, and when I clicked on the red hair, it was like orangey yellow at the actual like dreads growing in, and I was like, I literally breathed the heaviest sigh of relief. Hubby DM was like dealing with in his paint chat and stuff, and I was like, look at this. I just like
look how perfect it is.
And I was like,
you have no point of reference, but look,
where'd you find that? And I was like, The Sims did this for us. And he was like, oh snap, really? Maybe they listened to that one episode. The one episode where I called them out hard. Appreciate y'all.
And EA was like, wow, this is really affecting people. Up.
Huh? Yeah. But yes, I was like, wow, I was full panic. I was like, I'm going to have to just compromise. Man, how am I supposed to find? I'm going to have to go searching through CC because those creators always got my back.
Yeah.
And then...
But the searching.
I was like, oh my god, yes. But truly, 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 shout out to all the CC creators in the Sims community, because y'all really, really been having my back, whether you know it or not.
Where Sims is dropping the ball, you picked
guys
up the ball.
You picked it up and you ran with it, and we love you for it. This is so freaking good.
Thank you.
This is so good.
I'm so glad. I knew you'd like it. Bitches, alright, no offense, not calling you personally a bitch, but bitches love hatch trees, okay?
I mean, yeah, though.
They are a vibe.
The art style would not keep going if bitches didn't love a good hatched tree.
But yeah, I really love how he turned out, because he's sort of like, maybe in a certain angle could pass for a 10-year-old, could be an 18-year-old.
I was just about to say, the thing is, like, because you only see part of his face, he looks both younger and older, which also plays so much into that, like, weird timey-wimey bullshit of the Feywild. But it's so indicative of his story, too, where it's like he's never stopped chasing and reaching for her. So, God, it's just so good.
Yeah, I surprised myself with this one. I was like, look at you, Livar.
The side of the face, by the way, just mad props. This face is so descriptive. This emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
I had
and
to
you're
look up,
only looking at the side of the face.
I looked up desperate and also anguished
yes.
side views.
Yes.
I found some good references.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what this looks like, so...
I think we're here. I think it's done.
I love this so much.
Thanks.
I think this is one of my favorite ones.
I'm so glad, but I'm also not surprised given your relationship with books.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
God, I really love how this turned out. My wrist hurts, but I love it. Also, I didn't notice it until I moved it, because this canvas was all over the place because the trees were all sorts of angles. But when I finally moved it back to right side up, and then that little shadow that I had on the sister just looked like her standing up, I was like, oh, look at that.
It does.
That also there's a metaphor in here somewhere.
It's so fascinating because it kind of looks like you could see the shadow of her coming back out of the Feywild, because you can't tell which way her face is going because it's a shadow. So, oof, it's just...
I also love this moment of when an artist accidentally does something and whoever is viewing it is oh, this must symbolize X, Y, Z.
Yeah, the curtains are blue because, and it's no, bitch, I just made the curtains. I like blue.
That was an oops, but hey.
She was heading into somewhere bright, so I gave her a shadow. I didn't know it was going to end up being this deep. This is also wild because I feel like it doesn't really matter which way you turn it. It's still going to feel like it's the right way round.
Oh, look at you. Figuring out why my curtains are blue.
Hey, listen, I bullshitted my way through English so good. Those blue curtains, the deep-seated sorrow of this woman struggling.
Blue means sorrow.
I didn't remember the book, but I know blue means sad most of the time.
I might honestly go back and I had that little fairy up there. I don't know. I might go back and add a few more, just weird face shit coming out. We'll see.
That would be very fun.
But I said, my wrist hurts.
Yeah, no, this is one, it's deceptively simplistic, because it is just the back of one character, the side view of another character, but God, there's so much work in this. There's so much work in this.
You. And also, peek behind the screen, it ended up being over there on the left side is these full fantastical blooming trees, and then over here on the right side it's just this is because I was running out of time and I was like, God damn,
no, it's still
I don't want to do these leaves. And also because the trees on the right side are bigger, I'd have to do the leaves way more detailed, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. You know what, this looks good how it is.
It really does. I love everything about this.
I'm so glad.
I am very amused. I am so amused that because you told me just constantly leading up to this, you kept going, I'm very nervous about it, I'm very hesitant, I don't know. And I was just what the hell did you do? I can't even fathom what you would have done that would make you continually say, I'm I like what I'm doing, but I'm apprehensive that you're gonna be
took away the color.
And then, when I saw that close-up, I was like, oh, I think I know why. But I am very excited.
Yes. Okay. I'm so happy.
I freaking love this.
And also, I thought I would fucking knock this out, because I was like, it's so easy. I just have to sketch. I've been sketching my whole life. I forgot how time-consuming it was.
Yeah.
It's I'm going to save so much time not having to color.
But shadows, though.
That's the lesson today.
That's today's lesson. But shadows, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that framed.
I love this so much. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for people to see this. I am so excited about this one. Honestly, it's just so deep. Like, I keep looking at different things and just getting, like, sucked into them. Like, right, the freaking knots on the trees, my dude.
Thank you.
I love this shadow. I love this entirely different landscape in the background, or her foreground. I am absolutely obsessed with these trees, how wonky they're kind of getting, but then also just like the sad barrenness of the ones near where he is. Mm-hmm. This freaky ground, which could be sky, could be water, could just be weird face shit coming out at him.
It probably is.
Feywild, man. It really is messing me up that even if you flip this entirely upside down, this would still feel absolutely right. Like, that's the way it's supposed to look. And his face.
You know what? When I put it on the Instagram,
more than anything.
Do the two.
Yeah. His face more than anything is just fucking me up.
Yes.
It is.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it's devastating. It's devastating.
Well, that's what the episode was, Oreo. You were there.
But in, like, the best way. This is exactly what it should be.
Yeah, it's contained because it's in D&D.
It just feels like it tells so much of the story. And it's one moment, but it feels like it's also every moment.
Hey, anybody out there trying to make some new fairy tales, hit us up. We got characters, we got art.
I have ideas. I always have ideas.
I don't know why we're reaching out. We could make a fairy tale book.
We could make a fairy tale. We talked about this already.
No, while I said children's book, fairy tale is a whole other thing where it's like, some themes could be not for children.
That's true. That's fair.
Final notes?
The
train's been over.
Yeah, I know.
And you're still like, this and this.
I just love it.
I'm so glad. It's so good. She's so cute.
I know.
I am very proud of her.
Also very heartbreaking about this.
Also, shout out to Sunny's hair.
That is the...
It helped.
Nice.
Shout out to Sapphire. I forgot what her actual name was. But your Bard Sapphire helped me figure out helped me learn how to draw curls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out.
That is something that apparently so many people struggle with.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
already hard.
Yeah.
And then more texture.
Yes. I think it's because, like, inherently that first thought that you have is just like, oh, well, it's just like a corkscrew, so I'm just going to make corkscrew. Mm. But when you actually, if you actually attempt that, it's kind of a mess. That's how I would draw curly hair. That's my level of skill.
But yeah, if you haven't listened to Sapphire, go back to listen. She was like, I was going to say another bard. This is not a bard. If you haven't gone and seen any of our other reacts, please go back. I put a lot of work. I put a lot of wrist movement in.
I love that they're all different art styles to capture these different stories. So if this isn't your art style, although let's be honest, you're wrong if it's not.
Bitches love hatched trees.
If this isn't your art style, there are a lot of different art styles that you can check out. You've been great about dipping a toe in just everything.
I'm trying.
I don't think you've repeated one yet.
Yeah, we're going to run out one day. We have to, right?
I mean, eventually you're going to find the style you like best.
I feel like eventually we're just going to taper to like my actual style.
Yeah, you're going to take the bits and pieces that you like from everything and use those.
But yeah,
I think that's how it goes. I think that's
the
how
point
art works.
Of all of this. If you're just joining us for the first time, thanks for giving us a shot and then making it this far. This is coming off of our podcast by the same name, Rogue and Druid, where Oreo makes characters and I draw them, which is why I said that I'm just over here working on my shit. And you're here to watch. Give us a listen anywhere you find podcasts, Apple, Audible, Google, Spotify, all that. Also check out our Instagram at Rogue and Druid. Hard cut at Rogue and Druid. I don't know why you leaned in expecting more, because I knew there wasn't more after that.
I'm so glad I'm not the one who did that this time. It's always me, and it feels good to not be the one.
The P like formed in my mouth for podcasts, and like,
yep, that's it.
My white blood cells just murdered it.
No.
Please pick this up. I'm gonna stumble here.
Honestly, you covered everything. We have the podcast, we have the Instagram. Mm-hmm. They're already here with us on YouTube, so they know about this one.
Come on back.
Definitely come on back. We do this every Thursday, so we'll always have another character for you, except on the Thursdays we do Wild Magic Surges.
Except for the Thursdays we don't.
Yeah, except the Thursdays we don't. I've caught the stumble. Anyway, this is the brand if you're new here. So, welcome. Enjoy
Every week we are Violet, what's her name, Beauregard? And Willy Wonka blowing up into giant blueberries.
Yep.
Being rolled out of here because we are stumbling.
Yeah, she turned violet. I don't know where that was going. Anyway, we enjoy having you here. If you guys are enjoying this, please feel free to like and rate us. We're still very much word of mouth. We're working on it. We got like flyers and everything now. Very exciting. But other than that, I am feeling much more recovered. I'm your recovered rogue.
Heck yeah.
Oreo.
I'm your... Hold on. It's coming. I'm your fairy tale child.
I'm not even a druid today, just the fairy tale. I am the fairy tale.
You know what? I'm just a straight up druid. This is giving me druid vibes. I'm just gonna own it.
Solid.
I have no name. I'm just druid.
I don't even remember if we do this on here, but I'm gonna say it anyway since we're here. Fuck Electrum.
Fuck Paladins.
You can say that today.
Yes.
Fuck Andy Warhol.
But shout out to books.
Shout out to books.
Just as an idea.
No, just books in general. They're always there for you when you need them.
Yeah.
Specific shout out to Shel Silverstein.
Yes.
Roald Dahl, and I cannot remember his name right now. I'm stumbling on that one. The writer of Winnie the Pooh. Those were integral books to my childhood. Absolutely love them. It's something Millen. I don't remember it. It's too...
It's Christopher Robin.
No. No, it's not.
Mess these people up.
Written by Christopher Robin. The real person.
Okay, for real. Though, last shout out. Shout out to, like, reading to your kids.
Oh, God, yeah.
People should read more. Anyway, yeah. We're stumbling here. We gotta go.
No, yeah, we're getting distracted again. Anyway,
it was a positive note.
We've set the fucks.
We gotta go. Bye, party.
Bye, party.